the Constitution.
Did you commit any act, did you do any act of express renunciation of your Philippine citizenship?
Your Honor, I did not.
Thank you. Also, it is also clear that you were able to also get a certificate of recognition. And precisely the mention of RBR circular in the Bureau of Immigration, RBR is Rufus B. Rodriguez. When I was Commissioner of Bureau of Immigration, and certainly even dual citizens clearly can apply for recognition. And when you applied for recognition, does it mean that you were merely trying to get that certificate of recognition because that is a requirement to get a passport, because when you were born in the States, your parents did not get a Philippine passport when you were there. Is that correct?
Opo, Your Honor.
Yes, because precisely to solve issues of those who were born in the States but were not able to get passports there from the Philippines, because you get an American passport and then you bring the child, as what I did with my daughter, and bring her to the Bureau, to the Consulate of the Philippines, and got in the New York a Philippine passport. But for those who failed to get, like in your case, your parents were not able to get from the Philippine embassy a passport, then when you arrive in the Philippines, then you get a passport. So that circular was precisely to make sure that you get a recognition first before there can be a grant of the Philippine passport. So that is clear that it is for recognition purposes to get the Philippine passport. And many have done that when I was in immigration, and we took the only requirement for that recognition is that your birth certificate stating your parents are Filipinos. Now, you were also
Kong
asked...
Rufus, sorry po. Kong Rufus, reminder na po, last question na po. 3 minutes na po tayo.
Okay. Yes. So, in this particular case, in your case, we should not confuse Republic Act 9225. 9225 is the reacquisition. These are people who lost by renunciation of Philippine citizenship when they apply. For example, the United States citizenship, they renounce it, but then we have a law in 2003 that allows those who even renounce them to be able to get Philippine citizenship back. And that is why this 9225 is practically an answer to the provision on the inimical to public interest, which will be dealt with law. And our law has precisely now has discarded this inimical dual allegiance and citizenship by having this law that allows even those who have lost citizenship by naturalization in another country get this back. So my last question is this: when you were traveling, because that was also asked, you used U.S. passport, and of course you are also aware that there is RBR, my circular, that when a person is dual, travels abroad, our immigration people will require that you bring your 2 passports. When you go to the United States with a Philippine passport, you have to show to Philippine immigration that you have a Philippine passport to show that you are not overstaying in the Philippines. And when you use a Philippine passport going to the U.S., you have to bring your American passport to show you don't need to have a visa in your Philippine passport because you are a U.S. citizen. Is that what happened to you, President Mr. Gabby Lopez?
Opo, I always bring both passports when I travel.
Yes, and that is because of RBR circular that requires that. With that, Mr. Chairman, let me finish by stating that Mr. Lopez, from the very, very beginning by birth, is a Filipino, no renunciation, has been able to exercise the rights of Philippine citizenship, and being Filipino, Mr. Lopez may own a part of and also participate in the management of a mass media company in conformity with the Philippine Constitution. Thank you very much, Mr. Lopez. Thank you, distinguished colleagues, and our dear chairman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if my lawyer could be given an opportunity to make additional insights.
One brief lang po, response lang po, Mr.
Nagbabawal doon.
Hindi po, ang sinasabi ko po
Wala
ganito.
po rin.
Ganito po, para malinawan po tayo. Ang sinasabi po kasi doon, yung pagmemayari at pamamahala ng isang mass media company ay limitado lang sa mga Pilipino. Wala po sanang problema doon kung si Ginoong Gabby Lopez ay Pilipino lang, hindi pa siya Amerikano. Yung tanong po kanina ni Congressman Boying Rimulya, nandito po yung pagpapakahulugan dito eh. We will have a problem processing that particular issue. Kasi po ang sinasabi lamang doon, tanging Pilipino lamang. Paano po natin isasangkot ang kanyang pagiging American citizen within the meaning of that constitutional provision? Tandaan po natin, Attorney Bautista, hindi po kasalanan ni Ginoong Gabby Lopez kung siya po ay napanganak sa Amerika. Hindi po rin niya kasalanan na panganak siya sa Pilipinong mga magulang. Kaya dalawa po nga yun eh. Ang nagiging problema po natin dito, ang saligang batas, matibay ang kanyang paninindigan na Pilipino lamang. Pati nga po korporasyon, kooperatiba, asosasyon na magme-may-ari at mamamahalan nito, kinakailangan ding wholly owned and managed by such citizens. Kinakailangan po kasi palagi tayong gumagalang sa probisyan ng saligang batas. Ngayon po, balik po ako doon sa tanong, kalahating Amerikano po ba kayo o kalahating Pilipino? Pwede po mong sa second round po ako.
Opo, papalista po namin.
Salamat po. So
Thank
yung
you.
tanong ko pong naiwan, bakit po hinintay ni Ginoong Lopez ang 48 taon bago niya naisip na kailangan pala niya ng isang identification certificate at ma-recognize siyang Pilipino? Ang tanong pong ito ay para kay Ginoong Gabby Lopez. At pagkatapos, iiwanan ko pong tanong ito, Mr. Chair, kung ito pong pagiging Pilipino niya ay automatic. Automatic po eh. Bakit kakailanganin mo po na magpa-recognize ka in 2000, in year 2000? Yung pong dalawang tanong muna po na yun kasi wala na po akong panahon, Mr. Gabby Lopez. Salamat po.
Thank you, Kong Marcoleta. Mr. Lopez, pwede po niyo sagutin.
Yes, salamat po. No? With regards to the second question, it was really to avail myself of a passport that I asked for that recognition. I don't understand the issue of 48 years. What does a 48 years refer to, Congressman Marcoleta?
Ang inyong pong rason lang ay para lamang makapag-apply kayo ng Philippine passport. So it took you 48 years para lamang po makakuha kayo ng Philippine passport. Kaya po naisip ninyo na magpetisyon kayo, makakuha kayo ng recognition na kayo po'y Pilipino.
That is correct, Congressman Marcoleta.
Kong Marcoleta, pwede po siguro natin kunin ang opinion ng DOJ. Kasama rin po natin sila sa Zoom para baka bigay din ng clarification sa inyong mga tanong.
Meron pong isang naiwan na tanong, Mr. Chair. Kung ito po ang pagiging Pilipino po ninyo, Mr. Lopez, ay automatic naman. At totoo naman pong kayo natural-born citizen having been born to Filipino parents. Ito po ang espiritu ng jus sanguinis. Automatic naman po pala. Bakit kailangan po pa ninyong magpa-recognize? Dahil lamang po doon sa issue po ng pagkuha ng Philippine passport, hindi po ba? Sinagot niyo po ito sa tanong po kanina ni Congressman Rodriguez. Dahil lamang po sa Philippine passport, kaya kinakailangan po ninyong magpa-recognize bilang Pilipino. Yan po ba?
Opo, Congressman Marcoleta.
Salamat
and,
po.
My lawyer, Bautista, will add additional points.
Second round po ako mamaya, Mr. Chair. Wala na po akong panahon.
Salamat po, Congressman Marcoleta, sa mga tanong ninyo.
Attorney,
Yes, sir.
brief response lang po and then kunin natin yung sagot
Brief.
po ng DOJ.
Brief. Papasalamat ako dahil ngayon maliwanag na inaamin ni Congressman Marcoleta na Pilipino si Gabby Lopez. At inaamin din naman namin na Amerikano siya. Yung po sinasabi na bakit po ninyo hiningi yung Certificate of Recognition.
Mr. Chair, point of order, hindi ko po tinanong si Attorney Bautista. Yung pong tanong ko po ay kay Mr.
Yes,
Gabby Lopez.
nasagot na po, attorney, ni Mr. Gabby Lopez yung tanong po ni Congressman Marcoleta. So ngayon, dito na po tayo sa DOJ. You have the floor.
Salamat po.
Mr. Chairman, may I turn over the floor to our USEC, Emeline Aglipay Villar, who is with us via Zoom.
Yusek Villar, you are recognized.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Una po, tungkol po doon sa pagbigay ng konfirmasyon ng DOJ sa citizenship ni Mr. Gabby Lopez, hindi po ito pamamaraan ng pag-grant o pag-perfect ng citizenship. Dahil po, siya po ay merong magulang, both father and mother, na Filipino citizen. Kaya po, sa kanyang pagkapanganak, siya po ay isang Filipino citizen. At tama rin po, dahil siya ay napanganak.
Okay, yun lamang. So, I'll continue. Please. Sino ba ang susunod sa akin?
Congressman Acosta.
Okay. For a while. Kung nandito lamang si Congressman Acosta, hingin ko na sana eh. Well, anyway, let me continue. Sa inyong pagkakatanda, ilang US passport ang inyong nagamit sa matagal niyong pag-aantay, pagtigil sa bansang Amerika?
In 1975 to 1986, I did not need a US passport because I never traveled outside of America po.
Pakiulit po, between
1975 and 1986. I did not need my US passport because I did not travel outside the United States.
Pero noong 1986, nang kayo ay bumalik sa Pilipinas, ang ginamit nyo ay US passport. Tama po ba?
Opo, Your Honor.
Well, sinasabi ng aking mga kasamahan katina, pati na ng inyong abogado, na kayo ay isang natural-born citizen because your father, under the 1973 Constitution, is a Filipino citizen. Ang tanong ko po lamang ay, kailan ang unang pagkakataon na nalaman nyo na kayo kahit na pinanganak sa Amerika ay isang Filipino citizen?
Your Honor, all my life I have considered myself a Filipino citizen. I grew up in the Philippines. My father was a Filipino, his father was a Filipino. We are 7 generations of Lopezes living in the Philippines.
Well, as a matter of fact, your uncle, who happens to be the brother of your father, was elected for several positions, including vice presidency during the time of President Marcos.
Opo, Your Honor.
Opo, okay. Ngayon, you admitted at sinabi mo sa amin na ikaw ay nag-aral sa Amerika. Doon ka nagkuleyo. Doon ka tumigil. Sa Amerika ba, ang isang Filipino citizen ay hindi pwedeng mag-apply ng Philippine passport before the consulate sa Amerika?
Hindi ko po alam, Your Honor.
Hindi sumagi sa iyong isipan na itanong sa iyong mga magulang, pati na sa iyong mga kamag-anak sa Amerika, na ako ay Pilipino, our family tradition is in the service of the Filipino nation, kaya ang gusto ko ay maging Pilipino at gustong kumuha ng Philippine passport kahit na ako ay nandito sa bansang Amerika.
Your Honor, after 1972, it was martial law. My family properties were taken over by Mr. Marcos. How could I go to an embassy owned and controlled by Mr. Marcos and ask for a Philippine passport?
Well, what about bumalik ka sa Pilipinas?